it's iconic. Like, what? I don't know what else you want me to say about it. Howdy, Meowers.
Hello, everyone.
My name is Glisten.
Hi, Glisten. I'm Devin. Thanks for being here today.
You're welcome. I'm here today because we are talking about February K-pop comebacks that happened. And we have done comeback episodes before, so you should know what this is going to be like.
Yes. Insert all pertinent disclaimers that we always do and have about we're covering, comebacks, but maybe not every single comeback that happened. And we're saying these things about them. They're usually pretty new thoughts for us, It's like sometimes things grow on you. Sometimes opinions change. We can't take in all the information possible about everything. So sometimes we miss something. All these disclaimers, we're just sharing our opinions, having a good time. It's not that serious.
Right.
So hopefully you enjoy, our, just like friendly chat about these comebacks. And we maybe don't have as many as we usually do for some other months, but that's okay. We've still got some good ones here to talk about.
Right. And unfortunately, we're going to be pretty honest about our opinions. You might find that unfortunate if we say something that you don't like. But there are, I do have a lot of ones that I like at the same time. So you don't have to go into this thinking, oh, they're going to just hate on everything, or, oh, they're really going to love everything. We try to just be honest about how we feel.
Yes. And to maybe add a little more perspective, if there is a group that we don't like the comeback from, but we don't really ever like any comeback from, and we're just generally not interested in the group, we usually keep them out of these sorts of things. So if we're talking about a group, it's because to some capacity and degree we are looking forward to or anticipating what they're putting out. And so even if this time we maybe don't like it as much, it's still a group that we like.
Right.
We're not here to just be like, hey, let's talk about all of these comebacks and all of these ones in this section, trash.
Right. And we're not just gonna, we're not just gonna say, oh, we love every single one,
right,
even
exactly.
if we don't really feel that way. So
yes.
We are going to start today with a group that we've never discussed on the BlushCat podcast before. And we're going to, generally go in order talking about these comebacks when they happened in the month. But we might do some extra ones at the end that actually happened before all of these. It just depends on whether we have time or not. But we're starting with Aimers.
Aimers? Who are they?
Aimers is a K-pop boy group, okay? And they debuted not that long ago. They debuted in 2022. So they haven't had very many releases. And they had their comeback on February 15th with the title track Somebody. And they had one other song called Where We Go. And they also released an English version of Somebody.
Okay. Did you want to talk about it first, or do you want me to?
I'd like to hear your thoughts on it.
Okay. So yes, this was a brand new group for me. I had never been introduced to them before. I've since seen Somebody, the music video, and at least one stage performance. Here are my thoughts. I feel like overall, I thought that song was nice. I was like, okay, yeah, this is a nice song. This is listenable. I think it was really relaxed. It had an easy presence to it. So some of the boy groups especially that we've been seeing lately that are new, I feel like they came on really strong, especially with the dancing element. It's even, I don't remember who it was, but there was one group that it was the song seemed kind of relaxed and easy, but the dance was we are dancing a whole bunch.
Yeah.
And this one, it doesn't seem like that. It seems like they took a more, relaxed, easy approach to I don't know, just the delivery. It seems a little bit less intense and more relaxed. So I appreciated that because I thought that was fresh and a bit different. But overall, the song and styling of Somebody does remind me a bit of T by T. And especially when it gets to the whistle part in the song, it reminds me of Sugar Rush Ride, a ton. which, I mean, if you've listened before, I wasn't particularly a fan of that. So, you know, there's that element to it that's just like, okay, this isn't really my style, but I think that they're doing a good job, and it was definitely something that I'd listen to more of their stuff when they come out with it to see if, you know, I like it, because I think they did a good job.
Okay. I think that you should listen to Bubble, and Fireworks is another song that they had. So I kind of knew of them, but I never, like, I saw their music videos for those, but I never really checked out their performances before. But I did for Somebody because I'm really, you know, enjoying the release. I think it's very, you know, fresh, and it feels like a summer song sort of, but like it also kind of feels like a fitting time to release a song like this. It reminds me so much of Very Very, which that's nice because like Very Very hasn't done something in a long time, so it kind of is like almost like a Very Very release in a way. But like, okay, the cowboy thing, never my aesthetic, but it is minimal, like it's not super in your face,
Yeah.
so that's okay. It's more just like, you know, desert, and then specifically cowboy that they're going for. But I just think it gives, you know, the Just Be None feelings as well, and everybody knows how much I love that song. And I really like how this song feels long and like dynamic.
Okay.
Like it feels, it's not like a super long song, but it, you know, so many songs these days are so short, and like it feels like there's nothing going on in those songs. But this song, I feel like it, you know, builds and has a lot of good moments.
It's substantial, like you get a lot out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's nice.
And so that's a reason that I find the stages like enjoyable to watch. Like I just think it's good. I like it.
Yeah, okay. I mean, good for Aimers for getting our like initial you know, catching our eye. I mean, I say initial even though they've done stuff before.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, like sort of our first like exposure to them, because your first exposure you like kept up, and then my first exposure now I'm saying, yeah, I'd keep up with it. So yeah. So the next group and comeback we're going to be talking about is from Sserafim. They came back with a song called Easy, and one or two or a billion other songs. Did they have a whole album?
Yeah, they had an EP.
An EP.
They had 3 other songs, and then they had actually an English, or no, they released the English version of Easy like on the side, but on the album
we're not putting this on the album.
they had a sped up version of Easy and a slowed version of Easy on the album. Which is going to come into play. But you have, you know, talked about in the Kpop Wishes episode, you said that you're anticipating a Sserafim comeback because, you know, yeah, I'll let you explain.
Yes. Okay. So I definitely can start here because if you are a Meower, you know, you've been listening to the other episodes, this will be a way to ease everybody into this because everyone's probably already expecting it from me. I was looking forward to seeing a comeback from Sserafim. They most recently had the song Perfect Night that came out, and I shared my thoughts on that, and that I just really wasn't feeling it. I didn't like it. I didn't like the sound, the dance vibes, the styling vibes, any of it. And I said, you know, with Anti-Fragile and Fearless, like those sorts, like that realm, I was really enjoying it. I was like, ooh, Sserafim, this could be a new girl group that I like. But, you know, then they were releasing more things that I didn't like very much. So I was anticipating this comeback. And I have to say that I am not pleased with these songs, with the styling, with the dancing, with the general attitude that's been happening. And it's you know, I still will hold out hope that it could, you know, switch again to more like the Anti-Fragile vibes, because that's the thing, is I know that they're capable of making something that I like. It's not that it's just, well, this group, you know, I don't like their style. I don't like their style that they've been going with recently, but I have liked it before. This song, it's just a little just not my taste, a little boring. I really, really don't like the dancing at all. But I already didn't like those elements that they were infusing into like Perfect Night had some of that type of dancing, but it was like on a smaller scale. Now they've really gone full like focus with that style, and I just don't like it. But yeah.
Okay. Well, let me first say that I should have probably said there are 4 other songs besides Easy, but I was thinking of Good Bones as more of like the intro song, so I wasn't really like thinking of it as a song. But just so like everybody knows, there are the other songs. Swan Song, which is like they promoted that as a B-side. Smart, they promoted as a B-side, and then they have We Got So Much. So here's the thing. I really hate to say it because I really wanted to enjoy this Sserafim comeback because I really liked their first 2 albums and their first 2 title tracks. But for me personally, the quality just keeps dropping. I'm sorry, I really am. I don't like Easy as a title track. I didn't like it as a song at all at first, but I'll be honest, it has grown on me. Like, I don't think it's, really much of anything, though. At the same time, it's just like, it's not dynamic. There's really nothing going on in terms of the actual song. Like, it doesn't even have a bridge, does it? I mean, and I don't even
know what a bridge is at this point.
It's so repetitive, too, and it's like I just feel like nothing's really happening with this song. So I don't think it really makes sense as a title track, but like I thought when I first heard it, I could hear like the beat, how it could be kind of good, kind of catchy. So it has grown on me, but I'm not like, oh yeah, this is like a super great iconic release that I wanted it to be.
I think that's understandable. I mean, I think some people would think that it is in the sense of like, oh, look at them being so like great and everything is so like easy, like that's the vibe. Like the song should feel like easy and like look at them being flawlessly just like, oh, everything's easy for us. But it doesn't translate to me, at least, that it, that like energy is not translating to me.
Yeah. I really, I'm being honest here. So I'm sorry, but I really don't like the music video or the choreography, or the styling. So you're probably like, why are we talking about it? But you explained it. Like, we thought we would enjoy a Sserafim release like we enjoyed Anti-Fragile and stuff like that. But, yeah, the choreography all of their choreography lately has not been my thing, although I did like Perfect Night. I thought it was, catchy and like fun, and the choreography was at least like, it was still a very similar style, but there were more parts that were like, just quick little, like I saw it as more of a TikTok song, and it kind of made sense for it to be that way to me because it like, I don't know. But this clearly seems like they just made a song for TikTok, and that's like why they had the sped up and slowed versions included literally on the EP. It's like, it seems like the whole thing was crafted around just a short, easy listen, like to do a dance challenge to or something like that, which there's nothing wrong with that if you like that type of thing. But the comeback doesn't even sound like K-pop at this point.
Exactly.
Like at all. And I like K-pop sounding songs.
Right.
So.
Like that's why we have a K-pop themed podcast because we like the sound of K-pop music. So yeah, it's rough when groups go closer and closer to like a Western sounding pop style, because it's like that's not what we were starting to listen for. Like we were literally like, we don't like the music that we're hearing normally. So, but yeah, also I think we'd be remiss to not just bring up Hybe, of course, for a moment, because it's like, whenever it's a Hybe group, this is what's happening. And like, there aren't very many other groups that you could even consider having this sort of, full like trend with sound, style, aesthetic, and everything unless it's a Hybe group. So it is in huge part because of Hybe. And that's unfortunate, you know? So it's like, it's not even like, oh, I don't like what Sserafim is doing. It's pretty much, we don't like what Hybe is doing, and we don't like what Hybe has been doing ever since, I guess, they were created as Hybe.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
I would like to say, like, I would like to talk about the other songs that they had, though. So I honestly also think that they don't have that much excitement. But I think it's listenable. Like, I'm not going to say this is, like, you know, this release. Like, I'm not hating, like, super hating on this release. Like, if somebody throws it on, I won't be like, oh, skip this right now. Because, I mean, all the tracks are so short anyway. It's like...
to a degree, it's just underwhelming, maybe.
Yeah. But Swan Song, I've seen, like, they performed it a little bit, like I said. The choreography for that is okay. It's probably, like, the one that is, like, well, actually, I don't know. But I do like the ballet concept in general. I'm all for the incorporation of ballet in K-pop. Cool. I thought it was great when, you know, they had somebody who was skilled in ballet in their group and they were, you know, implementing her skills at the beginning. But now I feel like it's so forced, and it's like everything is like they have just become like, we're doing ballet, but it's like this messy, rough ballet. And I'm like, I don't want that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of like if you were like, oh, hey, you know, you're in our group, you know how to do a backflip, you should do a backflip in this song on stage. And then it's like the next song, they're like, okay, and now you do a backflip. And then the next song, like, okay, and hey, why don't you do a backflip?
Yeah.
Like, it gets to a point where it's kind of like, okay, we know that one person can do that one thing, but we don't need to see them do it every single time always. They could do it when it makes sense.
Yeah. And I feel like they're, like, the choreography in general, I feel like even the positioning and, like, the shape of the choreography
so similar
is so similar now with like every release that they have. It's like, you know, they do like the whole Kazuha goes out to the side and like she has her part and then comes in, and then it's like Yoonjin goes onto the ground at some point, and it's like I feel like they're doing everything so similarly, and so it doesn't even look like unique or stand out at this point because I feel like they're using the same form like every single time.
And it's just crazy because when their first things, Fearless and Anti-Fragile, were so unique and stand out.
Yeah,
like they were so different, especially Anti-Fragile. Like I don't know what else was like Anti-Fragile. Like the sound was so unique, you know, everything about it was like, I can't point to a similar K-pop release that was like Anti-Fragile.
Yeah, but honestly, just hearing the tracks, like it's so much better than seeing the choreography with the tracks. And it's not, I'm not trying to, you know, hate on the members, or even I guess I can't say I'm not trying to hate on the choreographers, but I mean, I don't like the choreography, but I think that the EP, it does have like a spring element to it, so I enjoy that. Like it feels like a seasonally appropriate listen.
Okay.
I did think though that based on the good bones, I really dislike that phrase, but the teaser that they released was with that track, and I completely thought that the vibes were gonna be like way different. Like I thought they were gonna have this like grunge pop punk thing going on, and so if they, you know, like Avril Lavigne, punk ballet, like if they did that, it would have been pretty cool and kind of like, you know, more original, but they didn't go with that. So yeah,
I didn't like the intro thing really. It made me a bit uncomfortable, but even seeing that, I got the impression that it was gonna be a bit more like hard hitting or severe than it was.
Yeah.
You know, like a bit more combative almost. Like a bit more punching in your face, but it's just, you know, oh, we make it look easy, you know?
Yeah.
I guess the last thing that I'll add here that's maybe a bit of a positive note, if you can call it that. I don't know, it's not really positive for the Sserafim, I guess. But well, basically their song has some bad words in it. Mild bad words in English. But here's the thing, normally the like K-pop, the Korean side of things, they don't ever care about that. But I was watching an Inkigayo performance and they were doing a censored version. Like they switched the words. Even though it was English swearing, they switched it out and did no swearing. And it was for an Inkigayo stage. So, like a Korean show. And I just thought that that was nice that like we're seeing some respect, some respect for, like English listeners' ears.
Okay. We should probably move on now to talk about IU's comeback. Is that correct?
Oh, okay.
She had her actual comeback on the 20th, I guess you could say, with her title Shopper. And she had an EP called The Winning, but she had a lot of videos, okay? So she had a pre-release that was called Love Wins All in January. And then she had a video come out called Husi, which is like a dandelion seed. And then she had and that was like after Shopper was released. But the title track is Shopper, and that's not what we're going to talk about first, though. Let's talk about Love Wins All, because that music video has V of BTS in it. So, would you like to talk about it first?
Well, I mean, I can if you want me to, but I talked about the other two first. So do you want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. Obviously, it's so good. It just is. The music video was like an entire movie. It is just, very powerful, very emotional. Obviously, like the song is very emotional. It reminds me of Alice in Borderland. I don't know if anybody's seen that show. I know you haven't seen that show, but it reminds me of that, and that's like not a bad thing. But literally, if it was anyone other than V acting opposite IU in this video specifically, I feel like it just wouldn't be the same. Like, they both worked so well in like that role, and I just thought it just made the music video so good. And also, their hair looks really good in the video, so that's a plus. They both just do a really good job, and the song is good, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that this music video was incredible, jaw-dropping, sensational. I just really so I'm the type of person that knows about IU's music and a lot of her music videos. And I always think, wow, yes, she has such a beautiful voice, but like her music isn't usually the type of music that I care about listening to. So there's that aspect. But oh my God, it's just so good. It's like the music video is so captivating, and like it pulls you in, and like I really genuinely felt like I had watched an entire feature film by the time I was done watching the music video. Like, and they do such a good job. Both of them do such a good job. And it's like has some elements that can be kind of confusing or kind of like a mystery, and you're like, oh, what's going on? But like it works, like it's great. Like the emotion behind the singing and the sound, the beauty of the voice, like
You're not wrong.
I mean, I do think it is really, really good. Like everybody should check it out, just as like a, even if it's like, well, I'm not going to add this song to my playlist because like I didn't either, but like just as a like piece of media to watch, I think it's definitely worth your time. It's so good.
Yeah, I agree. We gave it the superlative in our January Meower Monthly of most cinematic music video, and actually in the February Meower Monthly, we gave IU's videos another superlative as well. because all of her videos, spoiler, they're all very good and very captivating. So let's talk about Hoshi now, should we? Yes?
Sure.
Okay, so this is the video that is like the Tweety collab. And IU has had like her Instagram profile picture as Tweety for a long time.
Oh.
So I'll say that I like it. I love how the video feels like spring. Like, you know, that's a theme for these comebacks. We're kind of like transitioning to the spring sort of feeling already. And it's so catchy even though it's so simple. But like the thing about this video, there's one thing that really bothers me, and that's how at the end of the music video, in one shot her sweater slips down, but in the next shot it's back up, and I'm like, it's a music video, couldn't they have like literally just fixed it and reshot it? I don't, it's like such a small thing, but it really bothers me.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's one of those little like oh, movie mistake, you know, sort of thing. But yeah, if it's, I mean, I feel like
did
really
nobody notice
it. Yeah.
that? Like, it's really obvious. Like, yeah,
that's unfortunate. But yeah, I thought that like out of the other, you know, these other three that we're going to be talking about, I can't say exactly as much, you know, with as much intensity as I said for Love Wins All. Like, that one definitely would be my favorite, but all the rest are still all good. I was wondering how the heck did she get Tweety to just be such a featured part of this video, but I like it. I like the like color scheme, you know. I think it's interesting as well and captivating, even though it's like pretty simple, right? Like in terms of the setting and stuff, it's not like there's a big story or like a lot of changes, but you're still captivated throughout the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciated that. Like, even though once again it wasn't something that I thought that I would be particularly like interested in seeking out myself or anything, like watching it, like it held my interest, and listening to it, like it held my interest.
Okay, how do you feel about the title track?
So I will say, as with the first, not the first one, but you know, what was it, Hoshi?
Hoshi, yeah.
That one, Shopper, and then the last one, I have only watched and listened to each of them once, but like, so take that, you know, as you will. But this one I did think was once again good as well. I thought that the video, like, you know, the story that she told throughout it was, it kept me guessing, and I liked her shift of like visual genres that she used for each of these. You know, like this one has sort of like that magic shop feel to it.
Yeah.
But like she has other, like they're all, you know, 4 music videos in total, but they're all like a different, like one's post-apocalyptic, one's like just like springtime vibes, but also a little bit surreal, right?
Yeah.
And then this one, I mean, it's surreal, I suppose, but in a different way. But like, I think that the energy, like I was interested, or I was curious when watching each of these, but this one especially, Shopper, as to what it would sort of sound like, what vibe I would get if I didn't have a visual element, and if I'd only heard the song, because I felt like the video brought so much like essence, you know, that I was like, oh, I wonder if I would have thought this if I was just listening to the music. But like, it paired together really well, and yeah, I found it enjoyable.
Yeah, I really found it enjoyable too, and I like what you said, like about her music videos all being different, but they are all very like cinematic and captivating, but it's like they're done in a very different way each time. So that's pretty cool. I would just say about Shopper, I guess, that I think it's like a perfect blend of blooming and celebrity. And I also, you know, I just love the vibes of the song itself. I'd also say that generally most of her songs from this album remind me of Love Poem, which is like her album that Blooming is on.
Oh, okay.
So now do you want to talk about the last video that she had, which was
Yeah, sure.
okay.
So the last one, probably, I mean, I don't know, because I only listened to each of them once and I don't remember them anymore. But probably would be the song that I would think I would have liked the least if I was just like listening to the music. But the music video still really like, you know, like saved it for me or like sold it to me, you know, like it makes like her music, I just feel like, I don't get me wrong, I know it's absolutely beautiful, great music, and it's definitely listenable for people in general, but I'm saying for me, her music videos like make her music listenable. Like I would never choose those songs to listen to, but when the music video is paired with them, she's doing such a good job with these music videos that it's like makes the music be like, you know, like I would watch it because I'm, you know, of the whole package is what I'm saying. Yes, that makes sense. And so yeah, once again, it was just really good. I was most like, you know, confused, intrigued with this one. Like I was watching, I'm like, what is happening? What is going on? This is so interesting. But it's just really good. Like just the intensity of the gazes, you know? It's like it's so slow. There's so like little happening, you'd think, but they make sure that they're giving you a good product, you know?
Yeah.
It's not just like, well, you're going to stare and then you're going to stare and like it's going to convey this thing. It's like, no, it really does convey and like it really does work. Like it pulls the people in. So they're just, whoever, all these people working on them and IU herself, like they're all just really good at doing what, like, you know, they set out to do, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's just quality work.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the story for this music video was really interesting. Like I think that they achieved like what they wanted to with all the videos probably. And this song, like it featured a bunch of famous people. I don't know them. I can't like speak on them, but I think that, you know, the intent for choosing like the people to collaborate with was, you know, like I think there was intention behind that, which is always, you know, like good. It makes the story more interesting. And I think, yeah, there was not even that much like happening. Like it wasn't fast paced, but it made it like so interesting to like watch what was going to happen. And it's like they didn't even really like say anything. It is just like, but you could tell, like you could follow along.
Yeah, it was like, it was powerful.
Yeah, like I really liked the way this video was shot too. Thought it was pretty interesting. So yeah, I really liked all her videos. I like her other song that she has on her album too that didn't have a video. I just thought it was good.
And you know what else I like? I like that I like seeing things like this with so much artistry and intention from someone who's been in the industry for such a long time and has so much fame, you know?
Yeah.
Well, we've got to move on now to Twice.
Okay, so Twice came back on February 22nd, but they had a pre-release music video, which is for I Got You, which is an all-English song. And their title track is called One Spark, and they had the With Youth EP. So let's talk about the I Got You music video first, or like, you know, the song music video. So I'll say that I really like most of the music video. There's elements that I don't like, but overall I think that it's very nice looking and like refreshing, which again, common theme among this month's comebacks. It does seem like a fall release to me rather than winter, but you know, whatever. And like the song itself, I like the vibes of. I will say right now that I like this EP and I like their title track. Like I am enjoying the vibes of all the songs and I like this comeback.
Okay. I mean, it was fine.
Okay.
I just a lot of Twice's stuff just seems like Twice to me. And like I'm just not a fan necessarily. They've had a couple of songs that I really like, but overall I think it's just like, sure, okay, good for them.
Okay. As far as One Spark or like overall sort of, I mean, I agree that it seems like Twice. Like I feel like they're really staying true to themselves and like their brand with this release. I think that the vibes are closer to like the Feel Special style, which is nice. Like the music video for One Spark, it's very classy and like I like the color palette. I think it's something different, especially for Twice. Even though like the essence I'm saying seems very Twice still, like it seems very unified and like they're trying to show like their group harmony, stuff like that. I like how the song ends with like just Nayeon's vocals and no music. I thought that was really different and I was like, I didn't expect the song to actually be like that. I thought it might have just been a music video thing that they did, but that's just how it is. And so I think that's interesting.
Yeah. I think, yeah, once again with this one too, like I think they did a good job and it's good.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll talk about it more because I think that the choreography is very satisfying and I think it's executed well. Like always, Momo and Jihyo, I'd say, are the standouts to me. I think that they like really execute the choreography well, and I love the part at the end where it's like the music is sort of like a clapping sound and then they do this little like shake sort of move with their arms out and it reminds me of the iconic part in I Can't Stop Me. You know? So yeah. But something that I don't like is the styling. And it's not like the pieces themselves are like, it's not even like the outfits are bad. It's just I don't understand why they chose that styling for this concept. Like all the stages that I've seen so far have a very opposite sort of style to the vibes that are in the music video. It's more like in the stage performances that I've seen, like, or even the dance practice that they had, like Set Me Free styling or like the Sserafim styling even. Like the color palette is kind of dull and they're just, you know, pieces that don't make sense to me, but at least it is cohesive. Like I'm not gonna say, you know, it's like a mess because it's not. It just I don't know why the styling is that way.
Yeah, maybe it seems a little bit like they're just going with the trendy like styling right now, but they didn't like care to like really connect it to the like actual content, you know, the song and music video. They're just like, well, this is trendy, so we'll throw you in these outfits. Yeah, that can be a shame sometimes. I like when groups really go for like a deliberate deliberate styling choice, because you do see it often that they're like, okay, and for the general styling, especially like for the stages, they're just going to be wearing something that is like trendy, you know? And it's like, sure, it fits, I guess, because it's not really super strong of one aesthetic, but like it's trendy right now. But like when you see a group where you're like, oh, I know these stages are their stages for like this song because like it fits so perfectly, that's like, it's more satisfying.
I do like the styling generally for I Got You though. Like I saw some performances that they had of that, and there's a music bank stage where I really liked Momo's hair and her outfit. I thought it was different, and I thought the color of her outfit was different too. And I also like how most of them have like dark hair or black hair. I feel like that's pretty different. And I guess I would also say that the stage designs have been pretty nice as well. They had one stage that was like a butterfly design. Ooh. So it is pretty nice. And yeah, I've been enjoying it so far.
At least we can see, well, I say at least, even though you said lots of good things about it. But it's nice to see that they also get budget.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because sometimes it's like, I wish that they would maybe have some decorated stages.
Yeah. And I'm saying all this from, like, I don't even watch Twice content. I basically know nothing about the Twice members, honestly. So, like, you know, You could listen to what we said about the other groups and the other comebacks, and then like take it with this. And this is something I'm not even super in, but I have really been enjoying.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We have like, these are like, you know, trying to be as like unbiased opinions as we can give, you know. If we like a group but we don't like the comeback, we'll share that. If we didn't really follow a group but we like the comeback, we'll share that too.
Yeah. So now let's talk about Wooseok's comeback. That was on February 24th, except it's not really a comeback and it's not really a solo debut either, because it's not like, oh, this is my K-pop promotion period that I'm doing as a debuted solo artist. It's kind of just, you know, we call him Roni, okay? Wooseok from Pentagon. Stan Pentagon. That's who we're talking about here. If we call him Roni, just go with it. I apologize to Wooseok himself if he doesn't like that nickname. Or
it is
anybody
absolutely
listening.
a term of endearment that we have tacked on to Roni and then Tony.
Yeah.
Like we just it caught on at one point, like pretend name that we gave them, and it stuck.
Yeah.
We're not trying to be like insulting or anything.
Yeah, not at all.
It's
Stan Pentagon.
It's very good.
Yeah. Just like his release. Am I
Yeah.
right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Both his releases.
Definitely.
So he started a YouTube channel. Okay, so that's great news already. And so he had a single album called Empty Paper with 2 songs, Navy Blue and Sketch. And he's actually put out music videos for both of those songs at this point. So I would like to talk about Navy Blue, which is the first one that he released the video for. And I really like it. I just think it's so good. Again, very refreshing, and just the music video itself, both the music videos are outside at like an open mountainous green location, and it's very fresh, very chill, relaxing, and just good. You know, it's just good. It's so simple, but it's good. I'll keep saying it because I enjoy it. And it has the Pentagon nostalgia feel and, you know, Domino vibes, which is his other song that he has like from before. But so they're very clearly Wooseok's songs. Like he made those songs. And so that's great as well, to have like his vibe being so present.
Yeah. I just like, you know, I didn't even know what to think or what to anticipate necessarily when I was clicking into it for the first time. But the song starts, you know, Navy Blue. And I just immediately like got a smile on my face. It just immediately sounded so nice and like quality, like good, like wow, like you can already tell like this is gonna be good. And it is so fresh and it is so relaxing and chill that it's like weird to even think of it that way, because like once again, all I feel like 90% of the time I'm like, it's not the kind of music that I would normally like. But it's sometimes it's like it doesn't matter what genre the song is or what style it is, if it's that good, you know, it's like it just works and it's that good. And this is like that. Like, and it's so like, it almost feels like melancholic, like sad.
Yeah,
but at the
in a way.
same time, it sounds kind of like upbeat and uplifting. So it's just interesting. It's weird, but like, I feel like it's satisfying is the best way I could put it. Like when I heard it and watched it for the first time, I'm just like, yeah, you know, like that was good. Like that was satisfying.
Like it makes you feel something. Like it makes you feel like, you know, full. Like you're like, that was nice. It's just nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I really enjoyed it. I thought he did a great job. Like, I guess just, you know, all the different aspects of it just really worked together. Like his voice, you know, the tone, like the visual imagery that he put with it, his emotion, you know, the sounds, the melody, the beats.
Yeah.
It must have all just worked together to make a great meal.
Yeah. The sketch music video is one of those music videos where nothing really happens. Like, he just stands there as the camera pans around, but still refreshing. And I like the song, so it's nice that he, you know, gave a visual accompaniment for that song as well. And even the titles, like Empty Paper, Sketch, Navy Blue, they're just so like, oh, they have such an essence that is so nice too.
Yeah. Like, it's aesthetic, and sometimes, you know, people will title a whole album and like tracks that way, but it's aesthetically like comfy.
Yeah. Yeah. I just really wish, okay, that people would recognize Wooseok for all that he does. Like, so let's take this moment to just appreciate Roni, because he is involved in so much stuff that people love, but he doesn't always get the recognition for it, you know, like with Shine or with 101 Energetic. Like, he worked on those songs too.
Yep.
And his songs that he did for Pentagon are good, and he's very artistic, but I feel like he's overlooked a lot, and that is really bothersome to me. So I wish people, you know, would, you know, take the time to finally appreciate him.
Yes, and please, absolutely do not get it twisted, okay? Don't be mistaken. We love Hui, and if you've heard any of, like, if you heard last month that when we talked about, you know, Hui's comeback, or like if you've heard our Hui shorts or anything, like, you know how great we think Hui is. We're in no way saying, like, it's kind of a shame. Like, Hui gets all this recognition and Roni doesn't get anything. No, that's not what we're saying.
Not what we're saying.
Not what we're saying at all. We're just saying he should get like that amount of recognition as well.
Right.
Except honestly, they both should get more recognition. All of Pentagon
should always be getting more recognition than they get. So
definitely,
like, everybody stay on Pentagon, appreciate all the members, please. Like, if anybody even tries to like say that about us or anything, I don't even have the time for you, because that doesn't even make sense.
We have the receipts. We'll have to scrounge up the old, like, our original motto of the BlushCat podcast was Stan Pentagon.
Yeah.
We said it almost always. Like, every time Pentagon comes up, we had to say it.
Yeah.
So yeah, do not come for us. We would love the world to be given to Pentagon. And Roni Wooseok, he did a fantastic job with these songs.
I feel like if, you know, a non-K-pop fan wanted to, like, if you wanted to play a K-pop song for a non-K-pop fan, play Roni's music. It's it got a very indie feel to it. I said that it reminds me of Nile, and, you know, that's a very radio friendly vibe and essence, I think.
Definitely.
But, you know, you might think that some people could think that is a little insulting to say, but, you know, I feel like it's a genre and a feeling that is, you know, suitable for everyone.
Yes.
So play it for anybody. Play Roni Navy Blue, Wooseok Navy Blue.
And it's funny that you say that, because I was almost going to bring up that it kind of gave me similar vibes to Daisy by Pentagon, because of just like how it has this like inexplicable like goodness to it. Like, you know, it's just quality work. And like, that's the way I think about Daisy as well. And that's another thing that I would say about Daisy, was that, like, yeah, people that don't listen to K-pop should listen to Daisy, because it's just like that good.
Yeah. We're now going to be talking about Cravity.
No turning back.
Exactly. Precisely. That has proven true.
Yes.
Cravity came back on February 26th with their 7th EP, Evershine. Yeah. So their title track is called Love or Die. And I will start, okay? I have to start. Let me start, please.
Go ahead.
This whole comeback, iconic. Iconic, iconic, iconic. So good, so good, so good. I really love this title track from Cravity. I really love this EP from Cravity. I think that the sound and like the style is so good. And I think the choreography, as far as, Love or Die goes, it's really interesting and it has a lot of cool elements. I really appreciate their live vocals with the dynamic choreography. And just like, that's just, the baseline of my reaction, my opinion. But it's so good that I need to dive in a little more. But how do you feel?
Okay. I liked it as well. I'm not sure if I would necessarily want to, push it to the top of my Cravity faves, because we all know I still just love the classic Adrenaline. I also really love Groovy. Like, there's so many good ones. But it is good. I do really like it. I got a similar feeling with this one as I did to Roni's, actually, in the sense that it's so dark, but at the same time, it's upbeat. So it's kind of like I don't mean dark as in, because sometimes there's a dark song, but it's like upbeat as in it's fast and it's dark. But like the overall feeling of the song is still dark. But to me, it's like the feeling of this song is kind of upbeat, but it's like a dark song kind of, So I found that interesting. And I too liked the dance. I thought it was fresh. Not the dance. I mean, sure, the dance, but like overall, I thought overall the album, I'll say, was fresh.
Yes.
And I can get into that more now or after you talk about things I don't know. But,
you can get into it.
Okay. I mean, I don't have much to say, but I'd just say that, like, overall, hearing the songs that they had, I just felt like the spread, the distribution of like styles and tones that they went with, it was fresh. It was something that maybe we haven't heard a lot of recently. It wasn't like a bajillion like retro styles 80s songs or something like that. It wasn't a lot of more like, I don't know, 2000s R&B or something. I thought it had its own like sound to it, like they sounded cohesive together, and it was just a little something different, Lastly, I'm going to bring it right back to the title track for one moment to say that there's a line, I think it's near the beginning, Taeyoung says it. I mean, then the other boy says it later. I learned all their names, guys, and I've already forgotten them. I just call him I call him Changkyun because he reminds me of I Am looks-wise. Ubin, okay. Yeah, they both do like that part of the song, but I think the line is slightly changed. But especially the first time that it's done, I love that line and I love that part. I think it's my favorite part of the song. But also, it sounds so unbelievably familiar to me, but I don't know what. I thought that it might have sounded like a song from Poppy, not a K-pop person, the internet like musician Poppy that was viral like a couple of years ago, well, many years ago at this point. I haven't heard all of her music, but like it was some very early song would have had to been from her. I was like, maybe it's one of those, but I don't know. But I love that part of the song. Great.
That is a good part. It is a good part. The whole thing's good.
It is good. So delve deeper here.
Okay. So the album. Let me jump to the album, and then I'm gonna jump back to Love or Die. So okay, it's been a journey. Like, I've had an experience with this, and when I saw that Cravity was having a comeback, I was already excited. I was like, wow, they just had a comeback. So maybe that's a little like concerning. Like, ooh, they just had a comeback. Like, they're having another one already. But at the same time, it's like, I think that's a smart move. Yeah. Like, because I think that Starship should be getting more eyes on Cravity. Honestly, but like, I saw they were going to have a comeback and I was like, wow. And then I heard that it was going to be called Evershine. And I was like, that's such an interesting title. Like, I think that's a great title for the EP. And the, album preview highlight medley thing, they had a little video for that. I heard all the songs and I thought they sounded really good, actually. Like, sometimes I hear those and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna like the album, but then usually I end up like thinking the tracks sound different and like in a better way. But this, like, right from the beginning, I was like, they sound like they're gonna be really good songs, and I was right, because all the songs on the album are so good. I just really like them all. I like how the album has many different styles, and there are, many that still have a bright energy that I like hope Cravity doesn't lose, because, they do that bright adrenaline groovy party rock thing very well, and it's very fresh. So, great album. Exy from WJSN worked on the lyrics for their B-side Mister, which is a great fun second gen vibe song. It's giving us like Teen Top, maybe Block B, TVXQ vibes, and I wished for more second gen vibes.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I've already been getting that. And Over and Over has like a band sound, which I really like songs that sound like that, and it just feels like sunny, which works with Evershine. Love the vibes of that song. Great EP. Go listen to it. So yeah, the other big things I guess that I would like to say about the title track, Love or Die, is, I know more members like do this part. It's part of the chorus. So obviously some other people are going to get a chance to do it. But Minnie's part specifically, the part. It's very standout. I keep comparing it to when Jihyo, like her specific time of doing the move that I referenced earlier in I Can't Stop Me. That's just so iconic. Like, it's iconic. Like, what, I don't know what else you want me to say about it other than the fact that it's iconic. It's so good. Like, I would like to thank Music Bank for actually capturing that part flawlessly, like the music video. They really understood the assignment. It's just a good part. Alan's rap part at the end is so good too. I'd also like to acknowledge that. Like, I just really like how dynamic the song is, and there's like a lot going on without there being too much going on that it's like it turns into a mess. Like, it's not like that. And like, it doesn't ever fall flat. It picks up, it stays consistent in pace the whole time. And yeah, it's really good. Honestly, if they don't get a win for this song, I'm sorry, but I will be personally offended. Like, Lovities, I'll be right there with you on this. Like, they need acknowledgement for how good this comeback is. And I'm not even someone who likes, like, or who is like, really excited for a darker theme, but if it's done right like this, I'm there for it. And yeah,
I mean, yeah, I agree with everything that you said. It really just is like, it is very dynamic, and I think it being dynamic like that is what's helping keep it fresh feeling to me. And also, yeah, because it's that dark concept, but because it doesn't sound dark, it's like it looks dark, but like it sounds upbeat. Like, it's such a nice like blending that they've did together. Like, it works, it's not like, well, I don't really know why they did this concept because the song doesn't really sound that way. Like, I feel like it works, and it's quality and good.
Yeah, like, I just know already that, like, by the end of the year, this is still going to be one of my favorites. Like, I just know it.
Write that down. So, I hope that everyone that was listening through didn't get turned away if they heard us talking a little more negatively about some of the comebacks, because we also had some really fantastic ones to talk about. And we want to mention just 2 other things briefly, right?
Right. Billy actually had a Japanese release, and 10 of Wavy and NCT had like an official solo debut. And, we're not going to have time to talk about them today, but I really liked them and I would like to be able to talk about them at some point. So maybe we will get to eventually in some sort of episode, talk about those comebacks. We just want to acknowledge them right now, though.
Yeah, like we saw them, we do know about them and we enjoyed them, right? Like overall.
Yeah.
I don't even notice that Tens was in English.
Yeah.
That's a good point to me.
Yeah. I thought they were both really good. So
yeah. I was surprised that I liked Tens as much as I did. So yeah, that was our February comeback recap. The good, the bad, and the ugly. It was good. It was good. Like, even though there were so few initially, I was like, oh, only these people really had something that we were like going to be like looking at, it turned out to be like there was a lot of depth, a lot of material, a lot of quality, quality over quantity sometimes, Sometimes we have like 14 comebacks to talk about, and maybe there's one where I'm like, I really liked this, and then the other ones I'm like, yeah, no, they did good.
Yeah, definitely the words that would describe these comebacks: refreshing, fresh. Like those vibes are what we're getting, which is interesting for February because it's not like quite spring, but yeah. So you can leave us a comment and tell us which February K-pop comebacks were your favorite. Also, you can let us know if you would like to hear our, more of our thoughts on Billy and 10 at some point. We could try to find a way to talk about them sooner rather than later, maybe. If you liked listening to our thoughts, be sure to like the video on YouTube and subscribe to the BlushCat channel and turn on notifications if you haven't already done that, because you're not going to want to miss all of our other episodes and all of our other content, are you? No, probably not.
Probably not, because you enjoyed this one so much. You thought, wow, those people have sense.
Yeah, and also remember to follow BlushCat on Spotify, please. And thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, and thank you all for listening.
This has been Glisten
and me. Bye.
Meow 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 meow.